Hello everyone, this is Brian McCormick and you're watching MTG Rocks. Today we're going to be playing a Rail combo. This is a new War of the Spark standard deck for best of one on Arena. And it's built around the new card Rail Storm Conduit. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 1 damage to an opponent or planeswalker. We can scry 1 with its +2 loyalty, and we can copy an instant or sorcery spell with the -2 ability. The big thing we want to copy is a large explosion, which lets us deal X damage to any target and draw X cards. And we also have a Doublecast that can copy an instant or sorcery spell, and expansion can copy one as well. Other than that, we've got a lot of burn cards. We have Shock, Lightning Strike, Skewer, Ionize, Rail's Outburst. We have draw cards with Opt, Search for Azcanta, Augur of Bolas, and Chemister's Insight. So basically we're just trying to control the game and burn the opponent to the face to win. Alright, so we're going to be playing some best of one ranks and see how this deck does. The ranked ladder just got reset a few hours ago, so we'll likely be playing a lot of diamond and mythic players even though we're currently gold. Alright, so I lead with the mountain, so I have shock mana available. Alright, so we have... My opponent has 2 mana, so I think he might have Negate available, so I don't want to lead out my search yet. I would like to counter his spell, a relevant spell first, and then play it as Azcanta on an empty board. So we hope to draw some more mana eventually here. Alright, which we did get. Mission briefing, okay. That's surprising. Nothing worth countering yet. You know, all he did was surveil 2 and play Opt. So... I don't feel like he's running creatures, so we might as well get on the burn plan. So I would expect him to Chemister's Insight based on the amount of cards he has. He's got another mission briefing for an Opt, okay. Well, this can be a long, patient game. It often benefits the player with the more counter spells and the more land. We don't run a lot of counter spells. We run mostly burn, but... Choose a card name. Search that players. So, do we want to counter this is the question. Think I will. So if he names Expansion Explosion, which he might, that would be bad for us. But it does leave us empty on counter magic. Alright, so... I don't feel like I need the 5th land right now. We do want to draw lands eventually. Alright, so... This is good. So, if he counters a search, we have another search, and then we have 2 rails to play. Huh, he didn't counter that. That surprises me. We could have also played expansion on his Unmoored Ego, and, okay. And, chosen to Fairy. That might have been a better play than Ionize. I mean, I assume his win condition is to Fairy. Sure, I'll expansion that. We'll just get an Ionize. So now the question is, do we rail or not? Probably not. We play search. Then we leave Ionize mana open. We have 6 cards in our graveyard. It's kind of hard to win a counter war with this deck. The Immortal Sun. Okay, well that gives him card draw. He didn't leave any blue mana open, so we know he doesn't have Spell Pierce. Alright, so we'll do the graveyard, then we'll transform search. We'll play a Ral.
You're messing up my equation.
Scry.
When a storm sea
Okay,
washes
that's
the dead
good.
Super
That's
growth,
what we want to draw.
my fault.
Alright, we can bluff a counter, but really we're gonna use search for Azcanta. Alright. This time he chose a card he owns from outside the game. Okay, so Rail's Outburst. So if we keep the expansion, then that's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 damage to him, 9, 10. Yeah, and he looks tapped out. I think we'll take the expansion. That seems good. I guess we can keep the shock. Alright.
This experiment has shocking repercussions.
Alright, so we do it for 4, I guess. Not play the shock. Alright, I hope this is saying for damage first. Alright, so he scooped. We had lethal damage. And we got a rank up. Okay. It's a long way up to mythic and gold. I was diamond 4 before the reset. Hadn't really grinded too much on ranked. Alright, so we've got search. We go second. I guess we'll keep. We don't know what we're playing against. Burn, okay. So that shock will be useful. So we could kill Firebrand, but that's kind of a weak card. I'd rather save it for like a Fiendkin. We would like a more burn heavy hand versus red to deal with their creatures. Okay. Alright, I guess I'll deal with the Firebrand now. I guess we could have waited a turn. But I mean, for when we have 3 mana, we could play Expansion and Shock to kill his Pyromancer and the other thing too. Not that it's really that big a deal. Alright, I think we'll keep that. It's a good blocker, or it'll take one of his burn spells. We'll bluff a shock. Doesn't really matter. Okay, that's good. That means he's not going to attack. We'll put that in the graveyard. So I'll play Ral because if he attacks it, it's like saving us a lot of life. So I'd rather do that than Chemister's Insight.
Planeswalker, genius inventor?
Negate could be good, but Ral's up to 6 already. So we could do Chemister's Insight twice next turn. Probably, what would I block here? The Pyromancer. Yeah. Okay. Well, we get a 3-for-1 with the Pyromancer, or with the Augur of Bolas, basically. To the graveyard. We'd like some burn here. So we could Expansion Explosion for 1 twice. Not ideal at all. So we'll opt. Another Expansion Explosion? No. Alright. That's something. So we'll Augur. Hopefully get like a Lightning Strike for the Steam Can. Ooh, a Shock. Fortunately, we're shy of using Ral's Outburst this turn, so I guess we have to take the Shock. So we can double shock the Steam Can. That's probably what we have to do.
For every action, there's a reaction, and you are not gonna like this one.
Because otherwise he could potentially play his whole hand next turn. Down to 9, that's not too good. Alright, that'll put us at 7. Ionize is good. But we need to deal with the Lava Runner. We'll transform. Okay. Alright. So we could double Expansion Explosion. We could Azcanta and try and get a burn. We could Scry before we do anything and then opt. I would prefer to get like a lightning strike or something here and try and win with
When a storm sea
explosion.
washes the dead ashore, super gross and not my fault.
No. Not getting the shock we want. Alright. So, I think at this point, we kind of gotta hope for... Alright, it auto-tapped my mountain, which is not what I wanted to happen. Alright, so I don't think we'll win this one.
You can bury your crimes, but your past always comes back to haunt you.
Unfortunately, we were all expansion explosion early and Chemister's insight. You know, we didn't really have the removal we needed. Alright, so we lost against mono red. Didn't quite get the draws we were looking for that game. Okay, we'll keep. We get to opt and Ionize. 2 expansions is not what we want. Alright, so we'll opt. I think we can pass on Skewer. We don't have a way to utilize it early. Alright, that seems good. Yeah, again, Lightning Strike a threat, and then Ionize his next spell. Ooh, Thought Erasure, okay. More control. Expect him to take Ionize. Probably playing against the new Bolas Grixis control. Would be a good hand versus the red aggro deck, but not feeling so good here. I guess we'll just try and face burn him. So if he Thought Erasures us, I might expansion that to try and get one of his core pieces out of his hand. Alright, so we'll Rails Outburst him. Alright, what do we want? Opt seems good. Another expansion explosion. Okay. Alright, well, let's play Opt and see if we get a land. We can put that in our, I guess, the bottom of our library. Right. Land. Alright, well, we can copy any of his spells. Alright, we got Negate. That's a good card to draw. I might expansion Chemister's Insight if he popped one off. Drawing 2 doesn't seem bad. I could, of course, copy a Lightning Strike too. Well, I'll deal 3 to his face. Okay, we'll play Augur. Grab a Lightning Strike. Don't know what our opponent is doing. Just the end of our turn. Okay. Looks like they went AFK. Well, you're the one running a control deck, so. Well, it seems our opponent just left the game. Well, I like Arena over Paper Magic a lot, but at least you get to see that your opponent hasn't left the computer. Right? I guess I'll keep firing off Lightning Strikes. Let's move on, TBR. What are you doing? Trying to aggravate me? Ooh, Ionize. Very nice. I guess he's trying to just make me concede by boring me to death. Okay. Come on, TBR, you can do it. There you go. Alright, well, down to 7. At a virtual 5, Ionize resolves. And we can actually copy Ionize with expansion, and that would be 4 damage. Put him to 3. I'm fine chipping in for 1 with Augur. That's a fair amount of his life total each turn. Alright. So how many counter spells does he have? I think I'm fine sacrificing. This is fine to me. I just want to get a good Ionize in and then an expansion to counter his counter. To put him to 3. Alright, so we'll opt. Alright. You could play Search. I think I'd rather wait till I had another mana, so I had 2 counters available. Because I assume he's gonna counter my Search, and then he might have a follow-up counter. So I could expansion for 2. Alright, Sulfur Falls. Alright. So we have 5 mana available, so we'll play Search. And try and win this. You could just let it resolve, but it doesn't seem like something you'd want to. Alright, so I'll Ionize the Sinister Sabotage. Okay, ooh, he might win this war. He might have another counter. Okay, let's just use Negate then. So is he out of counter spells? If he's out of counter spells, I'm just gonna start deploying these expansions 3 turns in a row. And I'm gonna deploy him on during my turn, so he doesn't draw a counter.
You understand. My plans do not
Alright.
include you.
I assume he's out of counters, so I could do 3 damage. I guess I'll lead with Ral, because it deals 1 damage every time I do a thing.
Always nice to get out of the lab.
And then I can copy an expansion next turn.
Hold still.
I mean, that's fine. But not what I'm trying to do anymore. I've got Ral resolved.
Ether itself serves me.
It's possible he drew a counter that turn. Alright, well. Do I want to use an expansion? I don't think so. To Thought Erasure him, I'm just going to go for it. I mean, I get to copy it on my turn. So, even if they counter it, I get 1 of them. He has to counter 2. I mean, he still lives if he counters 1, because I'm only dealing 4 damage. Well, no, the copy deals a damage too, so. Alright, so he knows he's gonna die with the expansion, so he Moment of Cravings his own thing. And he gets it back because it's flawless, so he'll destroy Ral. Okay.
Master.
Okay. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do it for 4. I guess I'll do it all to the face. I drew a bunch of land, not what I wanted.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
Alright, ditch a mountain.
My revenge will be
Alright, so he had 2 card draws to get a counter spell.
crumble.
4 cards. I assume if he didn't have the counter, he would flash back Chemister's Insight if he's running the gates. I think what I would like to draw is a Lightning Strike. I guess Rail is fine. I mean, he has to counter Rail too. My shock becomes lethal. Okay.
The battle. I'm all tingly. Or it might just be static.
Alright,
This
looks like we
lightning
win.
A lot more than twice.
Okay, guess you saw the writing on the wall. Alright. There's a number of ways we could play that turn. Okay, we're going second. We have an Augur and an Ionize. So, chunk blocker and a counter. Seen a lot of mono red after the reset. I think this is people who are probably mythic or diamond trying to climb back up quickly. Although he didn't have any cards in his first 2 turns. He must have a lightning strikes and burn in hand. So I think lightning strike is better against red. We already have expansion. That's more our closing card. We need lightning strikes to kill his goblin chain whirlers and things like that. Right. So we could kill the Steamkin, or we could Ionize his next spell. He could have a multitude of spells on his turn. I think I'll just pass. Hope he plays like a chain whirler and just Ionize it. He didn't play anything the first 2 turns, which makes me think he has a lot of burn. Okay. So he's going to have to use some spells, and then we can just lightning strike the Steamkin in response. Okay. I'll let that resolve. Okay, perfect. So now we'll just lightning strike the Steamkin. And the Bolas lives, and we just take 4 from his cards. Alright, now we've got 2 negates up and an active blocker. Now what we want is like a Rail's Outburst, some card advantage. Okay, so I'll go ahead and play Rail. And we'll start scrying.
I'm all tingly. Or it might just be like the gauntlets. Built them myself.
We already have a land, so we don't want that. And we'll save Augur as a blocker. They're basically never going to attack Rail, so we're going to get to double an expansion or something. Here's a shock. That's pretty good use of his mana. I'll light up the stage. Okay. Alright. So we can expansion for 2, double it, make it 4 to kill Chain Whirler. That seems fine. Get to draw a
This
fair amount of
experiment
cards
has
off of this.
shocking
Alright, so 1,
repercussions.
2, 3, 4. So we're gonna expansion for 2. These triggers can get a little bit confusing. Alright, so target a creature, so that's the Chain Whirler again. Target a player is us. This is Ral. Gotta watch these triggers. Right, so we basically drew a new hand of cards. And still got a blocker. And we still got Ral out. And now we're almost tied on life total. We have Ral's Outburst and a Lightning Strike and 2 Negate. Very healthy position. Strongly favored at this point.
Don't worry.
Alright,
I won't
so
rain
use
on your
this burn
parade.
on Ral. That's fine. So, I think I'll play another Augur. See what we can get. Okay, great. An expansion. And we're gonna go ahead and start attacking now since we have another Augur to block. So next turn we'll have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll be able to Explosion for 4 and draw 4 cards. We may wait on that and just use like Rail's Outburst instead. Lightning Strike and our Shock. Alright, so we're gonna start negating. Alright, we're gonna shock Pyromancer. And we're gonna start trying to win this game now. Alright, we should have more burn than our opponent. So of course we want to shock that before combat so he doesn't get his 1/1. We'll let that shock resolve. Alright, now we'll play Rail's Outburst, dealing 3 to him. Augur seems fine. Alright, so do we have lethal if we play Steam Vents? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7. We do, but I don't think we have to do that yet. We do have a negate. So I'm going to play just a little bit conservative because we can win easily next turn. We have negate mana open and he's only got 2 cards, so. Alright, so we'll negate the frenzy. Alright, and we won. So we lost against Mono Red the first time, but we beat it the second time. Had a better removal hand to deal with that deck. Okay, I like this. We have Augur and Ionize. We have our lone Skewer the Critics. Kill the gate. Okay. So we have a Chemister already, so I'll take the expansion. So I think it's unlikely we would need 2 Chemisters. I mean, it's got Jumpstart. but we do want an expansion at some point in the game, or an explosion. Okay, they're off to a slow start. I guess I'll start attacking because I have Ionize. So if... Alright. So as long as it's your turn, you and grow. So we'll Ionize that. Alright. So we could Chemisters. I'm gonna play another Augur of Bolas. Alright, Rail's Outburst is good. Alright, so the question is, do we want to play Skewer this turn? I think the answer is no. I think we want to save it for their creatures. I like the samurai look of the Augur Bolas. Of course, it's kind of mirrored after Bolas. Oh, so they're using a lightning strike on our Bolas. That's interesting. You know, basically we're getting 2 for 1. I mean, he wasted a lightning strike on Augur and we got a spell with it. Alright, so we will attack. And I think I'll slow roll the Skewer. Again, saving it for a relevant creature. I don't know what we're playing against. Alright, so it's a Hellkite. You don't have an Ionize for it. So next turn we can cast Rail's Outburst and Expansion to duplicate it, and this turn we'll just Chemisters. Oh, okay. So we can actually save the expansion. Well, I mean, we get to get 2 cards if we do the Rail and expansion, and we have another expansion already. But we could Rail's Outburst the Hellkite and then shock it. And then do 2 expansions in a row. That might be better. Okay, we got a Rail. Alright, and then I'll just shock it. We'll attack for 1. Again, I'll save the Skewer. It gets more value when we have Rail in play. The extra damage to duplicate. He's got another one. Okay. Alright, so I'll play Rail.
Every problem has a solution.
Copy the next spell.
I have just the thing to take you out for good.
I guess I'll play a Skewer. This incidental damage from Rail does add up nicely over time. Ooh. So unfortunately we missed our trigger there. Yeah, it does get confusing with all these triggers from Rail, which one is on the stack. Alright, so we made a mistake there. We do have Lightning Strike and an expansion next turn. But that could cost us later. We'll see.
Things are about to get real rowdy.
Makes the game closer. We're at 19.
No amount of science is gonna fix this.
Ionize, alright. Alright, so I'm just gonna expansion for 3. No attacks. Next turn, Lightning Strike and Doublecast to kill him. I mean, he needs life gain to win, and he doesn't have counters, so it looks like it's not going to cost us that we weren't able to kill Hellkite. He just can't kill us in the next turn. He can't deal an additional 11 damage this turn. I would assume. Okay, so we win. So we will make sure to hold all our priority. Lightning strike our opponent. Then we will expansion to copy it. Alright, and then target our opponent again. Alright, so we dealt 6 damage. We could either have double casted or done the expansion to duplicate. Alright, so we beat a Gruul deck. It was kind of a big, beefy, late game deck. That might be the kind of deck we're trying to beat with this deck, because we've got a lot of burn for their smaller creatures, and then by the time we get to late game, we're hoping to Ionize and just win with an expansion. Alright, this seems fine. I could play my island, or I could play Steam Vents tapped, but I want to opt on this turn instead. Ooh, okay. Alright, well. Don't know why he paid the 2 life. That's good for us. We got a free shock. Shock is fine against Gruul, but he didn't play 1 drop, so I think his 2 drops are going to be 3 power or bigger. So we'd rather have lightning strikes. So we'll kill the 3rd Ta Goblin. Alright, and we'll play Azcanta this turn, and I'll let play our Steam Vents without paying life. And then next turn we'll probably need to Ral his creature. Alright, so our opponent is short on mana. So that lets us get firmly in control. We want to deal with that right away before he can adapt it. Take an opt. Don't need a second search. Yeah, I'll take the mana. So we can't counter his stuff anymore with rhythm.
Every problem has a solution. Let's start by taking you out of the equation. If I could just distill lightning into a potion, it'd never sell.
Alright, I'll put that down. Alright, well, this could be tough. His creatures have Riot. It'll be interesting whether he goes for me or Ral. He's going for Ral, okay.
Come on, breathe through it.
Oh, don't want Negate. Alright, Lightning Strike is good. I'll draw that too. Right, so we will scry.
Guildmage, Planeswalker.
Do I want
Inventor?
Augur next turn? It can chomp and give me something, so that's fine. Kill the war boss. Then we'll wait for his turn to decide whether we kill the goblin or not. Alright. Alright, so we will kill both. We're gonna lightning strike the war boss. Then we're gonna expansion to copy the lightning strike. Kill the other goblin. Fortunately, our opponent has a lot of cards in their hand, and we are low. Alright, so we already decided we wanted that. We'll transform the search. Alright, so we could explosion. I think I'll wait. Alright, so let's go to main. And I will use Augur first. Okay, we got a shock. And we'll scry.
When a storm sea washes the dead ashore.
That's good,
Progress
but
and not my fault.
I kind of want to Ionize. Alright, we'll pass turn. We're gonna start trying to burn him out soon. Alright, Chain Whirler is fine. We can chomp with the Augur.
Well, that was unpleasant.
Alright, now we'll see what we can dig for. Ooh, Lightning Strike. Alright. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. We can Explosion for 6 and draw 6. Alright, I'm gonna scry again.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I make it rain.
And let's see. I'll let him go. We can Lightning Strike the Chain Whirler. He could have like the pump spell. We could of course Lightning Strike his face. I may do that. And then just win on our turn. Yeah, I think I'll just let it take 3. That's fine.
I've been through
So we
worse.
plan on winning next turn. Okay. Alright, I see that. Alright, so in response, we're going to Lightning Strike him. And we're also going to shock him. Basically, we're just trying to get the incidental damage from Ral. Okay.
You know what? Talk to my lab assistant if you want a rematch.
Ooh, another expansion. Okay, great. Alright, so... yeah, he's not gonna win next turn. Alright, so yeah, we have 2 expansions. Alright, so we won that game. So doing pretty good. We beat Grawl pretty well with this deck. Alright, I'll keep. Seems good versus a variety of decks. I like how when you play him out, your opponent might think you're mono red. So Augur is good probably against this. So I suppose I'll save the shock. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll... Well, I may want to search next turn. I think search is stronger than Augur. So we'll kill it and then we'll play search for Azcanta. Okay. Tide Taker, okay. Ooh, alright, like that. I think I want to use Ionize while it's... Oh, shoot. Yeah, I forgot Tide Taker's ability. Okay. Yeah, we should have played Augur. Completely forgot Tide Taker's tax. Unfortunately. Alright, so we'll play Augur now. Yeah, Tide Taker seems pretty good versus our deck. We'll grab a shock. And... Yeah, I'll go ahead and kill the Knight token. This could be a difficult matchup. Ooh, 2 histories. That's gonna be hard to beat. Do we even play this out? What do we do here? I guess we need some burn spells. Yeah, I don't see any point playing this out. He's got back-to-back history Benalias. That's too much card advantage for us to deal with. We would have to be like Esper and have board wipes. I think we're going to lose that either way. One Benalia we could deal with, but I don't think we can deal with 2. Alright, so you've got to opt to Ionize and 2 Lightning Strikes. Are we playing the mirror? We shall see. I would bet it's more Grixis than anything else. Yeah, that's what's popular. Grixis is popular. Unfortunately, Search is good against us because he'll be able to start getting a lot of card advantage. Alright, well we got our own Search, which is what we needed. Counteract his. And then we can Ionize his Planeswalker, probably a Nicol Bolas. I'm not sure who's favored in this matchup. Body Erasure. Yeah, I'll counter that. Just to get the burn to prevent his Surveil. Sure. We'll take 2 of those. I think that's a good card to resolve.
You ready to throw down the gauntlet.
He may kill the first one, but
I am really into current affairs.
I think I'm fine with Lightning Strike, just getting that extra damage in versus him. I mean, these represent 4 damage each. Okay. Discard Opt. Alright. I think I'm just gonna go on the burn plan here.
There's a storm coming your way.
Do I want to kill the Bolas? So I can put him down to 10. I guess I'll kill the Bolas. I mean, we would have had him at 8. We have another Ral and 2 Lightning Strike. So he has another Nicol Bolas with different types. He has Exile our Ral.
I am one again.
Okay.
Don't worry, I won't rain on
For
your
your
parade.
cause.
Alright, we got expansion. Okay, I'll play my second Ral.
Yep, I'm reckless and unpredictable. You must be accompanied by a parent or guardian to ride the lightning.
Oh, I guess we could have wanted that mountain too. Thought erasure. We'll take expansion. So I mean, if we lightning strike him, we can have the incidental damage kill Nicol Bolas.
My schemes have been foiled. My schemes are never ending.
I am judge, jury, and electrocutioner.
Let's see, this turn we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not enough to kill him. So we'll have the incidental go there. What is this? This is rail damage. Okay. Much easier to do this in paper. Our opponent says Conduit will probably flip next turn.
But a drop of power.
Okay, what are you doing? What is on the stack? Okay.
Even I make errors.
Are those two? Alright, so we got our opponent down to 4. Assuming Ral doesn't die next turn, we only need to play 4 spells to win the game. We can play Chemisters by discarding a card if we draw a land. We can use -2 to do Chemister twice. And we get the incidental damage even if our spell is countered. Ooh. So they got what they needed to destroy our Ral. Okay, but we drew another Ral.
Always nice to get out of the lab.
Okay, Ral's Outburst is good. So we have game next turn if he did not get anything, but he has his Azcanta, which seems like he should be able to destroy our Ral. We got an Ionize. That's not enough. So
For every action, there's a reaction, and you are not gonna like this one.
so he can counter one. He can't counter the second one. Alright, so we won that. Alright. Alright, well, it seems pretty good. I believe we only lost one of our games today versus Mono Red. And, you know, anyone can lose versus Mono Red when they're off to a good start. But we managed to beat all the other decks, and there was a fair amount of decks. Oh, we did lose to Mono White, another aggro deck. But we did beat Mono Red another time. And we did really well versus mid-range decks, and we did really well versus Control. So I would say this is a deck you want to run to beat Control and mid-rangey decks. And it has the potential to win versus aggro, because it does have Lightning Strikes and Shocks and Skewers. I think it does better versus Mono Red than Mono White aggro. I think Mono White could be a problem because they just get a big board and their creatures can get big. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You can see the deck list again in the description of the video. And if you'd like to playtest any decks, please leave us a comment in the comment section. Thanks for watching.